Oh, hey guys, Richey Gibbons here. Thanks for watching this episode. We're basically at 6 months since the launch of In This Moment, my debut solo record that released earlier this year, and it has been such an incredible ride. It has been life-changing. I've learned so much every step of the way, and there's so many things about this record that I couldn't have done without the help of so many people. And so today in this episode, I thought it would be fun to go through each song and share some thoughts, interesting facts about the music videos or production of the album, just things that I haven't really told people. Let's get into the album.
Anything you say, tell me something true.
Let's talk about the music video for a second. The music video was by far and away the most work I've put into any music video up to this point, simply because the props, the piano and the yellow circle, were so insanely heavy and hard to move and cumbersome that it just took a lot of time and work. Thankfully, I had the help of my two brothers who made this entire video possible. One of my brothers was kind of the cameraman for this music video. He was behind the camera at every shot, and then my other brother was helpful with the shots as well as just helping move things. I could not have done it without them. One of the questions I've received a bunch is like, how did you get the spinning kind of Ferris wheel type or merry-go-round type shot? The way we did that is there's a park nearby that has kind of, you know, the old spinny park thing that had the bars that you could sit on or lay on and stuff. It was like that, but it was way modernized. It was like two benches in half circles that you could sit on, and it was like a spaceship. And my younger brother is the one who was pushing that thing in a circle. It was super heavy to push, and eventually it got so hard for him to just do by himself that we had to ask these like high school kids that were ditching school. I think I have some footage somewhere where they are running as fast as they can trying to push this thing for 3.5 minutes straight for the entire song. And eventually, like, the high school kids, they didn't even say like, hey, we can't, we need to stop or whatever. Like, they just quit. They just literally stopped pushing and walked away. Thanks, high school kids. If you ever see this video, please know how much it meant to me that you ran for 3.5 minutes straight to make this music video possible. Actually, now that I think about it, we didn't even use any of the footage from that take, but thank you nonetheless. If you haven't seen that music video, be sure you hit the subscribe button and the like button on your way down to the description so you can hit the link to see that music video. That would mean a ton. Thank you. Go check it out. Last thing about this music video, the piano. We pushed the piano probably over a mile or around a mile on this hiking trail to get to the forest shot that's in the music video. The metal used in the harp of this piano was the heaviest metal ever created. One of the reasons I love this song so much is that I had the opportunity to collaborate with so many of my musical heroes. From the drums to the bass to the brass players, each of them are just mega awesome star musicians, and I was thrilled to have them on the project and to have them on this song, and I feel like it shows. This song has a lot of fun energy, and I'm super proud of it. Let's talk about drums. Kyle May is playing drums, and he slayed. It is so good, so fun listening to his playing. Kyle destroyed it, as did Daryl Freeman, who played the bass part. If you're unfamiliar with Daryl, go check him out on Instagram. This is a little bit of what he does. When we were tracking it, he sent over kind of a first take, and I loved it. It was so good, so in the pocket, perfect. But I requested that he do one more take. In the final choruses, I asked him to kind of let loose a bit and just kind of shred a little bit on the final choruses. And the track sounds like this. This is what he sent over. It is so stinking good. Track number 3, I'll Be the One.
I'll be the one.
I think this song is for sure the most listened to song at this point on the record. It's gained a lot of traction, and I've been super, super grateful and humbled by the response. So thank you to everybody who's liked this song. One of the interesting things about I'll Be the One is that the entire song was almost written and produced in 24 hours or under 24 hours. The first verse is the only thing that I needed to kind of finish later on, and so it didn't happen in that 24-hour period. But the rest of the song was all pretty much there. It's about mental health and being there for people who are going through a hard time with mental health or whatever it might be, I guess. It could be anything. But as there's somebody in your life who's probably going through a hard time with their mental health, please be the one for them and make sure they know it and then do it. Be there for them.
'Cause the truth is killing me.
Next song is The Truth Is Killing Me and You. This song is for sure my favorite song on the album. It represents to me the style and vibe from a production standpoint that I feel like is truest to who I am. I would say the second one is In This Moment. Those two songs I feel like are the purest form of me. All the songs are me, but those two are like if I'm just sitting alone in a room and producing, this is the kind of stuff that will come out, kind of that retro, chill, funky, fun, you know, you get the idea. I produced most of the record in this room, my home studio, bedroom recording studio here at our house. But for things like string sections or for the brass parts or for drums, those were tracked in other studios. And the string parts were recorded at my dad's recording studio, which is not far from here. And my brother arranged the string part, and I'm absolutely thrilled with what he came up with. I remember being in the studio, the first take that they played, I just remember freaking out and like losing it in the studio.
Yeah, the truth is killing.
I'm so proud of how it came out. So great job, Grant. Thank you for what you did on the track. And thanks to my brother Michael for playing guitar on it as well. They're both kind of all over the record in different places. So that's kind of cool.
The other day, I heard someone say, my problems.
This song has kind of been sitting around in my brain for like 10 years now, or maybe even over that, but never really sat down to actually finish the song. So this was fun to decide to put it on the record and to go finish it, and I really am happy with how it turned out. My brother Michael plays the solo guitar part and the lead guitar part, and he absolutely shreds. My dad played bass on it, and I love the character of the bass and everything he played. It's super awesome. And the drums, played by none other than Aaron Sterling himself. Aaron is somebody I've followed for a long time, and I love his drumming. I love the kind of character and the attitude he's able to put into his drum parts. He's played for John Mayer, Ben Rector, Madison Cunningham, and many, many, many more, and he always brings it. And so when he agreed to play on this song, I was absolutely thrilled, and I love what he played. It's super cool. Thank you, Aaron. Thanks for playing on it. This is the only song I co-wrote on the album. The others are either originals or there's one other cover on the album that we'll talk about. But I asked my father-in-law if he would be willing to write the words to this song. He said yes, and within a few weeks, he came and showed us what he'd come up with, and I was floored. He just did such a good job, and I'm super proud of it. Little interesting tidbit about this song is of all the songs on the record, this has been the easiest song for me to memorize and perform live. You'd think that maybe the other songs, since I wrote them, they would be more ingrained in my mind and heart. Not the case. I don't forget words on this song, but I forget words all the time on all the other ones. If you ever see me live, just know that this one is what I'm looking forward to doing. I think this one qualifies as the quirkiest song on the album. I love the out-of-tune whistles, for example, on it, and I feel like the music video just goes hand in hand with that quirkiness. It was for sure one of the funnest music videos I've ever produced, if not the funnest. I absolutely loved making it. So I filmed the music video in 3 homes, and then in kind of the pasture corral thing where the alpaca is. The 3 homes, I was so grateful to find them because I was looking for kind of a specific retro vibe, and I was able to find that vibe in these 3 different homes. Something kind of cool is in this shot of the music video where you see my shoes and there's kind of this ottoman in the background. That ottoman is a legit Eames ottoman from the Eames lounge chair, as well as the red chair that's in the shot. That's also an authentic Eames as well. The other interesting thing is this shot where I'm playing the piano in the house with the blue shirt on, there's just tons of like plants and stuff. When I first walked into the house of my friend who owns that home, I walked in and there is a literal forest in the front room. Like, it's the craziest 90s mansion I've ever been in, you guys. We're walking through this labyrinth and there's just piles of stuff that the previous owner had just left in the home when they moved out. In one of the kind of caverns of the home, there was this old retro 80s television set, massive brick, just huge, heavy television set. So we hefted it upstairs, put it in the forest, plugged it in. The screen turned on and it started making this kind of pulsing line on the screen. and eventually it started smoking and like stinking really bad, like something was burning. So we turned it off. Such a random thing that I feel like just is like a chef's kiss bow on top that I'm really proud of and happy with. And lastly, the alpaca. I was supposed to meet the owner of this alpaca at the little farm place where the alpaca was, but the day of or the day before, this guy texted me and said, hey, I'm out of town and I'm not going to be able to come back in town in time, so I'm just going to need you to go film it yourself. Okay. So I had no idea what I was in for. I had no idea what to expect with this alpaca. He said the alpaca was pretty chill, so I gave it a shot. If I Only Had a Brain is the only cover on the album. It was a really fun challenge to take on. Some people have asked me, are those all the original lyrics of the song, or did you write new lyrics to it? I did not write any new lyrics to the song. You can go look it up. Those lyrics are the original lyrics, which is why it feels more like a melancholy love song when you actually read the lyrics or listen to the words and not to the arrangement that's done in Wizard of Oz. However, there is one change I did make at the very, very end of the song. The last phrase that I sing, instead of singing If I Only Had a Brain every time, 4 times at the end, I sing If I'd Only Use My Brain. And to me, that was almost just like me nudging myself saying, yeah, dude, you need to use your brain more often, especially in relationships with people that mean so much to you.
It's okay to be the only one dancing.
The interesting thing about this song, well, a couple of interesting things. The first thing, this song was not fully written or completed until 8 of the other songs on the record were mixed. I could not finish this song for the longest time, and the reason for that is the second interesting thing. This song was hard to complete because I was trying to strike a balance between a real message I wanted to put out with this song, but I also wanted it to just feel relatable and cool and fun to listen to, like just a fun pop rock song. I actually rewrote the song multiple times because I felt like, oh, it's not, the message isn't strong enough now, or I've gone too far on the message and now it feels preachy. And so trying to find that balance of relatability and message was really crucial for me. I hope there's a good balance there, but you get to decide for yourself what you think. And lastly, True. The idea for this song came late one night after our kids were in bed. Kelsey and I were downstairs. She was sitting on the couch and I was at the piano just kind of noodling around. And I started playing this kind of soulful, kind of gospel-y chord progression. She said she really liked it, and I pay attention when my wife says she likes something that I'm writing because it just means automatic points. But once she said she liked it, I just recorded the idea on my phone. I never played it again for her. I never played it when she was around. I acted like I had completely forgotten about the song. Every time she was gone with the kids out of the house or something, I would take some time and I would just little by little work on the song until it was completely finished. I went into the studio, recorded the vocals, recorded the piano part at my house, and then I gave it to her as a gift, and then it ended up on the record as the final song, which I just feel like is the perfect way to end the record, and it's typically the way I end my shows as well. It was kind of written as if I'm almost renewing my vows with my wife. In the bridge, where it's kind of instrumental, I'm not singing any words, although I am singing. I wanted that part to really feel like an actual prayer where it just sounds very holy, and yet it sounds very soulful, but it really is just me renewing my vows to my wife. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please let me know in the comments what's your favorite song off the album, what's your least favorite song off the album. I don't care, just say something in the comments. I'd love to hear from you and I'll reply back. Please check out these next videos on my channel. I hope you enjoy them. Thanks.
You're the melody that's stuck inside my head, and I'm almost at the